Saturday, everybody. Yeah, very sleep deprived. Okay. One thing I noticed observing myself, and, one thing that we learn in counseling, and even if you're not in the counseling field, very aware of body language. And I noticed as I was posting my videos, whenever I touched on sexual abuse, even though, I've come a long way, with my PTSD, that I have complex PTSD, by the way. People close to me know that, but I manage it. I've developed the strategies and skills to manage it, and I'm doing really, really good. I notice that I'm doing things like this when I start talking about sexual abuse. I'm like, see, what happens is whenever you're dealing with something, even if it's been addressed, if it's extremely, it still can trigger you a little bit, and you will find yourself doing stuff to ground you. We call it grounding, to like focus on something so you're not absorbing at that time the emotion of it. That's why I probably sound like I'm very matter of fact. And the more, of course, you share your story, the more comfortable, not casual, but the more comfortable. Well, I'm only doing this now because I got, girls, you get it. Guys probably don't, I don't know. But, I've got an untamed hair, and it's kind of like my heart. It's kind of like untamed. Bless Royce. Bless Roy. He tries so hard. Oh, God, he's such an angel. Oh, he's wonderful. I struck gold. So anyways, getting back. Okay, so I finished up. I just wanted to, I'm kind of on this vent of doing my poetry. I have a very analytical mind. It works more towards a logical vent as opposed to the creative vent. When I was younger, it was creative, but I honestly think, that kind of got squelched. I used to help my dad when he was doing his milk routes with his ledgers. And I've always loved math. I'm a lover of math. I'm a lover of like logic. And, Roy will tell you, you should have been a lawyer. You've got to win every argument. Having the last word, But I try not to let that be a consistent habit. It's a hard habit to break, but I'm definitely addressing it. Okay, so when I finished my poetry last, I ended up, I shared my story of my traumas, and went on to touch on, people in my life that have helped me, certainly get through that period, and the work that I've done as well. Okay, so I finished up with that, and in the history with my high school boyfriend, and I'm into my first marriage. I kind of like to do it chronologically because that's, the poems kind of tell a story, and all of us that like to write. And first of all, don't feel like you got to be good at something. I digress, but don't feel you got to be good at something to do it. Do what your heart tells you to do. This is for you. This is for me, but I'm also like, I want to leave it for like I said, my kids and my grands especially, but, and my dearest, oldest daughter, that we're estranged from each other, but, I want her to really know my soul and my heart and how much I love her. And, that's tied in as well. But, like I said, I was in the accounting field, loved it, love math. I'm really good with algebra. I really love it. And then I got really ill with Addison's disease, and I was, really struggling with issues that my daughter was having and not being helpful to her. And, also I was very, very reactive in my life. And when I say reactive, when an incident occurred that baffled me, it was highly charged. I would respond in kind, very, oh, there's my little sweet daughter. That's Olivia popping up. I love you, baby. Anyways, I would respond in kind, reactively. And so that's not facilitative. And of course, then I stumbled upon this degree program, Human Services, and it had all of these classes that intrigued me, because I do have a very empathetic soul and heart, and I want to help people. But I also wanted to heal my heart more in regards to the estrangement with my daughter and my broken relationships of marriages and stuff. And, just my grief over my traumas. And so it just felt like a great fit. And of course, then I went on to get my master's. Even though I haven't really been, I believe, helpful, straight on with Miranda, like directly. I think it has helped me manage my emotions in regards to her so that if that door reopens, I hope that, I'll be more productive with her. Okay, so I was married to Roy Johnson from 1979 to 1996. Okay, and he's the father of all my children. I have three. We adopted two. We had Miranda in Italy, but that was after we had Adrian. And Adrian only lived approximately, I think it was 2 hours and 40 minutes. And he was a breech birth, and he did not survive. But his name was Adrian Michael Johnson. And so he was born May 28th, the same day as Aaliyah. Aaliyah. I'm so used to just talking to Leah so much. Ava. Sorry, Ava. Don't hold it against me one day. Evelyn, May 28th, which is really awesome that it worked out that way. Makes a happy grandma. Anyways, I think her mom was pretty happy about that too, because her older brother was born that day. But anyway, so we met in the Air Force, and I was actually married, engaged to Ray. Still, as I don't go into all that because I already did in my other two posts, but we just fell like madly in love. We didn't even know each other. I mean, we married 6 months later, and I think it was just something that had to happen because it just stopped me in my tracks because I found out I was pregnant. The day I found out I was pregnant, I quit smoking completely. And her dad used to say, I mean, I wasn't a heavy smoker. I smoked 2-3 cigarettes a day at the most. Some days I didn't smoke at all. But he'd say, "You insult me when you smoke." Good for him, So all I know is we got engaged Halloween night, and we were on the phone, and we got engaged, and it was pretty neat. And then I got out of the Air Force in November, but it was coupled with two. I might have to go to a second video because this is getting lengthy. I don't have that much time left. If I do that, just pick up. This is part 1, part 2. But anyways, we got engaged Halloween night, 1979, and we were married December 30th, 1979. And I come from, I've hardly ever. Our hometown is Vernon Center, New York, and everybody that's from that area knows there's no blacks. We're not very diverse. But, my mom was really super cool, and my dad was good. Of course, my mom had already passed, but she took me to see, this is how tired I am, Patch of Blue. That's what it was. I think it was almost a year before she passed. I don't know how we got to go do this alone with 6 kids and everything going on with her health-wise. But somehow her and I saw Sidney Poitier in A Patch of Blue. And I'll always love that memory. Now, if my memory is distorted and there was another sibling there, please correct me. But, maybe it's because I only had eyes for my mom. But I believe it was just her and me. And that was in Oneida. That's the first movie I ever went to. Second movie I went to was with... and I digress, but who cares? Was with Brenda Forsythe. And we went to see Camelot. Oh, my God. Her parents dropped us off. We went to a movie together. Oh, God, she's such a sweetheart. Anyways, so we got married in December. And, I joined him overseas in Italy. And, we lost Adrian over there. I got pregnant with Miranda 3 months later. And, anyways, this is kind of our story. And... I don't want to offend or hurt him at this point in life, but this, this is history, and this matters, and that explains my reactive behavior to him, and acting out against him, and it's just a vicious cycle when you're in dysfunction. My biggest flaw during all those years was reactive behavior, and I try to own what I've done. I really do try. Anyways, this is called Sure Enough. It was a heady, rock-steady rhyme, took my heart, no longer mine. Oh, baby, we sure did love away the time. Couldn't see the road ahead, but when asked, strong enough is what I always said. Baby one was gone before the sun rose, that mild spring day, too fast to know his sweet breath and count his small fingers and toes. Baby two was born on the heels of sorrow, but brought a light and hope for tomorrow. Around the world and back we went, building a fresh life with each new event. Babies 3 and 4 weren't meant to even enter this hard world. just to scar the heart of this small town girl. Lands and faces in faraway places found faith in God in unknown faces. And back home to the States, more children in unexpected ways filled our lives in empty spaces. But he had ghosts I couldn't know about, demons in closets he would often let out. Worlds hurled in anger and alcoholic haze fell on my scars like a winter's cold rain. Lost and hidden away were secrets untold, for a child never loved gives love in return cold. Leaving too late, my children would hate a mother who seems weak with her mistake. No love given or sacrifice made could right the wrongs their childhood would stake. He took their hearts, much like mine, in a heady, rock-steady rhyme. And keep in mind, this was written, I surely have to, we dissolved our marriage. So, I was still in that throes. I mean, I literally, as I was packing up my things, I was shedding tears. I still loved him. I loved him deeply, and I didn't know what to do. So, and I wanted the kids to have peace. I wanted them to feel safe, and that's what my belief system was. That was the only way to do that at that point. Miranda stayed with. Well, she didn't initially stay with him. She ended up with him. Because she was, just really. I don't want to use all these, psychological terms, which they were just very enmeshed, and she had witnessed. I don't know any other way to put it, but a lot of emotional abuse towards me. And, she didn't really have any respect for me at that point. And, that's why, try to know who you're marrying more than importantly, who you have children with. And, he could say exactly the same thing, it's just, this is just my perspective. Okay. And I honor mine, and, I would honor his at this point. We don't really talk anymore. He sent me a Happy Mother's Day for the first time in years text message, but unfortunately we haven't parented together in probably, years and years and years. Even when David went in prison, initially we spoke, but that was 2014, It's sad. I would love to have a relationship with him. I listen to Roy talk to his ex all the time, and they're always trying to, be there for Toby, and, talk, they'll talk about the grandkids, just, I don't know, It's unfortunate. What can I say? So that poem, and it looks like I have almost 3 minutes left. It's possible I'll get these out. So right after that, this is where I found myself, and I had mentioned that I started my healing, but one thing about healing is you get setbacks, crises come, and to me, I'm still healing. So, we divorced. So if we divorced in, 1996, I was my 40ish or, so, and I'm 65. So, that's a long time ago. So, oh gosh, I got enough time, I think. Okay. So I have 2 more poems. I actually had written one for each of the children, but, David's and Olivia's are on a page, and I went looking for this before I started. I can't find them. So sweethearts, I'm going to find yours. But I'll read you the one about Miranda, and I wrote for her, and I sent it to her as an adult. I never heard anything back from her, but it's called Miranda's Time. Wet, warm kisses, baby naps, hugging neck, time for snacks. Blanket in tow, tears to wipe, bad dreams to stow, out of sight. Too big to carry, but please pick up the world to see. Mama, hurry, Daddy, giddy up. Tinker Bell and fairy tales, braiding hair and tending ales, spelling bees and nursery rhymes, counting numbers and telling time. Letters to write, pictures to draw, ABCs to learn, summer into fall. Sleepovers, parties, camping, concerts, ball games, recitals, and teachers' conferences. All too soon, our child was grown, chasing dreams, letting go, finding love, and loving children of her own. We love you, Randa Panda. Can't get rid of that love that easily. Nothing separates. Oh, goodness. I still mourn for Adrian, and, I never even got to hold him. So, anyways, I love you, girl. let's see, how Miranda's now 39. You be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. We're always here. Bye, Pandoranda. Goodbye, all of you. Love you.